Health officials across the country are warning the holidays could cause a spike in illnesses like flu and COVID. But the COVID of 2022 is not the same virus that rocked the world in 2020. Now, even the most common symptoms have changed. NBC 15's Kira's Harmon joins us now. Kira, it's becoming hard to tell if your runny nose is from the common winter cold or from COVID-19.
Yeah, Kim, and it's hitting people hard. One of those people being my own dad. He caught COVID 9 days ago, and although he's fine now, he tells me for the first couple of days, he honestly wasn't sure if he'd pull through.
I just felt absolutely horrible.
Since the pandemic began, over 1.5 million Alabamians have caught COVID-19, and just one of those cases was my dad. In Mobile County, 11% of COVID tests are coming back positive. In Baldwin County, it's 15%. The symptoms of COVID-19 have changed as the virus has mutated. According to a new study, these are the top 10 symptoms reported in the last month. Fever and loss of taste and smell not making the list.
I didn't have any of the normal symptoms, right? I didn't have a fever. I could taste and smell. I didn't have an appetite, but none of my senses were affected.
He tells me he thought it was food poisoning.
Just waited a few minutes and actually felt a little better. Finished up my day at work. And when I got home, just felt like I had a little bit of a sore throat.
It wasn't until he woke up that next morning telling me he felt weak, barely able to stand.
I got progressively worse and had to end up going to urgent care. Up to this point, I had never gotten COVID before. And I thought I was going to be one of the fortunate ones who kind of got out of this thing without having it. But I also thought that if I did get it, it would be mild because I've been vaccinated and boosted. But this was not mild at all.
He was prescribed with antivirals and is feeling good as new, but he says don't mistake your runny nose for the common cold.
And I felt terrible, right? Bad enough to go to urgent care. So it wasn't, cold is no big deal. You can still continue, you can still do things with the cold, but this was not the cold.
And Kim, my dad is probably the last person to go to the doctor, but even he says if you feel sick, get checked because it's better to be safe than sorry.